Okay, welcome to our express training, Become an Expert in English Speaking Recruitment. I'm Raphaël Beriot, Sales Manager at Proformation. We will start in a few moments the training. Before I let the trainer, Steven, start the lesson, I would like to introduce you to the schedule. This is the 16th express training we are broadcasting. The goal is to give you an interview or an overview of the training and answer your questions. This is not a complete training, but an introduction. The full training would last 6 hours. First of all, our trainer, Steven, will outline the training for 20 minutes. Then we will answer a number of your questions. Please do ask your questions by chat. We will be more gladly to answer them. We will be recording this webinar. A replay will be available. Proformation is a training organization that offers training in languages, Microsoft Office, and soft skills via Teams. This has been our business for over 30 years now, so do not hesitate to contact us if you have any training on one of these subjects. For information, Proformation is providing new training, express training in the coming month, such as increase the impact of PowerPoint, Excel for HR, SharePoint for HR, and so on. Okay, I will pass you over to Steven.
Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Proformation example of interview training. I'm just going to share my screen so you can see what I'm going to present. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing we have to look at today is the day. So today is Tuesday, the 18th of October 2022. And the lesson example that I have for you today is become an expert interviewer in English. So to become an expert interviewer in English. Today's lesson is about a candidate called Daniel. So we have an example here of a candidate who is doing an interview with HR and the CEO of a company. So we're going to look at how Daniel performed during his interview. Unfortunately, his interview doesn't go too well. What mistakes does he make? So before we start the interview with Daniel, we're going to look at preparation task. Now, just to let you know before we start that this lesson, okay, this example lesson is set at level E. Okay, it's not level C1, it's below, so it's level B2. So the preparation task is the first thing we're going to do. This is the échauffement. This is the warm-up before we start the lesson. Now, here we have some words, the vocabulary. The words that you will see, that you will find in this lesson are as follows. The first word we're going to look at is an expression that we use in English, a stepping stone. A stepping stone. Within business or in life, sometimes we talk about using a stepping stone. Now, a stepping stone is a stage or step that helps achieve a goal. A career stepping stone, used to advance and increase your experience. So that's an expression that you're going to see, or that you will see in this interview. Number two is fluent. Fluent. That's how we want to be when we speak a foreign language. We want to be fluent. So able to speak a language easily and quickly. I am fluent in English. So look out for this word in this lesson. The next one we have is arrogant and cocky. Arrogant and cocky. The definition for this is very confident, usually in a way that is slightly rude, okay, arrogant and cocky. So look out for those words as well. The next one we have is a noun, a nom, okay, motivation, motivation. So the definition is a feeling of enthusiasm, interest, or commitment that makes somebody want to do something. So motivation. The next word we're going to look out for is ambition. Ambition, a strong feeling of wanting to be successful in life. So in a candidate that we're interviewing, it's good to see that a person has motivation and they have ambition. A position, this is the post, the job, a level of rank or employment in a company. So a position. Next one is CEO, Chief Executive Officer, the highest level manager in a company, achieve great things. So the next one we have is overconfident, confident, but then overconfident, having or showing too much confidence. Sometimes overconfident can be seen as arrogant or cocky. So what we're going to do now is we're going to scroll down and we're going to have a look at the interview. This is the interview, and I have highlighted in color the areas that we will find interesting, that we need to discuss in the lesson. So this is the interview with Daniel. The interviewers are Marcia Bormund, and she is the HR manager. And she is with Philip Hart. He is, or is, the company CEO. So the interview begins with Daniel. Daniel is the candidate who is having the interview for the job. So he starts with, hi there. Hi there. So I have highlighted this. This is not the best way for someone to start an interview. Normally you would say, hello. You would say, hello. This would be seen as better. You would say, hello, and not hi there. Okay, so that's not the best thing to say at the start of the interview. Okay. Now, Marcia, the HR lady, she says, good morning, Daniel. So he could say hello, good morning. Good morning, Daniel. Very formal. Then Daniel says, oh, Dan, please. So he asks Marcia to use his shorter name. This is what we call informal. This is not good. We do not continue in an English interview in this way. So Daniel insists on using the informal use of his first name, which is Daniel. So he uses Dan. It's not an informal interview. In English, this is not a good idea. This is a formal interview. Marcia, I'm Marcia Boardman. We spoke on the phone, and this is Philip Hart, our CEO. Philip, hello. Daniel, nice to meet you both. Now that's very polite. That's good. Then Philip, the CEO. So it says here on your CV that you're interested in rock climbing. This is his hobby. He says he is interested in rock climbing. And Daniel says, yeah, I love it. Enthusiastic reply, but the problem is he says, yeah, okay, instead of yes. Yes is the better way to reply in English. Yeah is not good, okay? It's not correct. Yes is the appropriate reply. It shows politeness, the politesse. So, Philip, great. So do I. When did you last go climbing? So Philip asks the question, when did you last go climbing? Daniel says, well, it was a while ago now. So Philip asks him a question, anywhere interesting? And Daniel replies, yeah, I walked up the hill behind my house took me about 30 minutes. So not the best answer. This is not the best answer. This answer implies that Daniel is a joker, okay, bit of a joker and rather arrogant, okay, so he's arrogant. Daniel's answer, which is very bad, he's not serious about his hobby and gives a rather silly and immature answer to Philip. Now, the interview at this point is not starting very well for Daniel, okay, so at this point, it's not starting very well. So Philip, oh, okay. Marcia says, oh, so it's not going very well at the moment. It's rather awkward, okay. Okay, Daniel, can you tell us a little about your current position? Now, this is where Daniel can now talk about the position he's working at and his experience. Certainly. As it says in the CV, I'm part of the European sales team, Networld. We're the world's leading supplier of IT hardware. So the CEO, Philip, asks the question, why do you want to move on? Why do you want to move to our company? So this is a genuine question that we ask very often in an interview. Why does somebody want to move from their job to come to work for you? So Daniel, well, they're too small for me. So he says that his company is too small for me. So this is cocky and arrogant. So sa réponse, okay, reply cocky and arrogant. So not good, not good. So Marcia says, Networld are too small for you. So Marcia asks the question. Daniel replies, yeah. So again, we have this yeah attitude, okay, which is, like I said before, it's not the best way to reply using English language. You would say, yes. I'm looking for something much bigger. So Daniel's looking for a bigger company to work for. Philip says, well, we're not a big company by any means. So Philip explains that his company is not a big company, but we are looking to grow. So Philip, the CEO, explains to Daniel that his company is looking to expand, to become bigger. What first attracts you to webware in particular? This is Philip and Marcia's company, webware. Daniel, well, I see webware as a kind of like a stepping stone. So this is a warning. Attention, okay? Daniel wants to use webware as a stepping stone. And Marcia is shocked. Elle est choquée, Marcia. So she says, sorry, excuse me, okay? Stepping stone. Now, Daniel, yeah, start here again, gain the necessary experience, then move on to something bigger. So here, note, I've noted here, note, okay? Here, Daniel shows that he has ambition, which isn't bad, that's a good thing, that he is ambitious, which is a good thing, but in the wrong way. He would use this company just to advance his own career. So he would use webware as a stepping stone, as the expression says, to step on to the next job and the next job, okay? So, Philip, okay, well, I do admire your ambition. Thanks, I've got lots of it. So Daniel's reply to Philip is, thanks, I've got lots of it. So this answer is very cocky, arrogant reply. Marcia, let's move on to managing people. Can you give an example of a time when you had to deal with a particularly difficult managee? Managee is used in companies within business when we talk about an employee or team member. It's not exactly in the dictionary. You won't find this in the dictionary, but it's a word that you will hear within English offices, businesses and companies. You hear managee. That means employee or team member. Daniel, sure. Well, I think That's one of my strong points. Actually, a couple of years ago, I was working with a guy. He wasn't pulling his weight. Now, we use this expression in English, pulling his weight, meaning he wasn't working hard enough. Basically, being lazy. So I told him to get out. So get out. This is not very good. It's not very polite. The words we use in English is fire, dismiss someone, or let you go, let them go. When we talk about in HR, when we use the terms, when we have to lose somebody because they're not working hard enough. So we use the word fire, dismiss someone, let someone go, or virer. Okay, Marcia, oh, you didn't give him a performance review, or a warning, or perhaps try to develop his motivation. Daniel replies very quickly, no, none of that rubbish. So this is very bad, as he's talking about Marcia, is saying that a performance review, a warning, or perhaps develop his motivation is rubbish. It's all rubbish. If someone's not working hard enough, then they're out. That's the way I work. I'm a hard man. This is not good. We do not want to hear this. So Marcia says, I see. Philip, how would you handle a rapidly changing market? Daniel says, basically, not change anything at all. Just continue as normal regardless. This implies that he wouldn't change anything, which is not good. If we need to change things in business, we must change for the better. But he says to continue as normal. So Marcia replies, according to your CV, you are fluent. So there's the word we're looking for there. Fluent in Mandarin. Daniel, well, I wouldn't say fluent exactly, but I like Chinese food a lot. So I can read the menu. So warning here. Here we can see that Daniel has lied in his CV about speaking Mandarin. It's difficult now to believe what Daniel is saying. Philip, so you can't actually speak the language? No. So that's a lie. Something that's put on the CV, it's not true. Daniel, I haven't had one. They're all easy for me. I close deals every time. So Marcia asks him, can you tell me about a time you had to close a particular challenging deal? A good question in an interview, to ask someone about their experience and what they have done in their job. His reply is, I haven't had one. They're all easy. I close deals all the time. So again, cocky and arrogant reply, and probably untrue. Okay, c'est faux. Marcia, okay, well, do you have any questions for us? He says no. So Philip doesn't seem to be impressed. Thanks. Okay, so the next part of the lesson, we've looked at the interview. We've looked at the way that Daniel has behaved. We go on to what we call the comprehension task. This task is for you to answer whether these statements that Daniel has said are true or false. This is a way to test your comprehension, okay? So the first one we have here is Daniel's rock climbing experience is impressive. This is a statement. Is Daniel's rock climbing experience is impressive? No, it's false. It's false, okay? It's not true, okay? Daniel's rock climbing experience is impressive. No, it's not impressive. Daniel thinks that he should be working in a bigger company than Networld. Daniel thinks that he should be working in a bigger company than Networld. Well, yes, that's true. He does. He does want to work in a bigger company. Daniel expects to work at Webware for a long time. Daniel expects to work at Webware for a long time. It's false. False. Daniel does not want to work in Webware for a long time. He sees Webware as a stepping stone. As a stepping stone. Marcia is impressed by Daniel's person management skills. So Marcia is impressed by Daniel's person management skills. No, she's not. Okay, so it's false. She is not impressed. The next one, Daniel has good ideas about how to handle a rapidly changing situation in the market. So Daniel has good ideas about how to handle a rapidly changing situation in the market. Well, in actual fact, this is false. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have an idea at all. Daniel speaks Mandarin Chinese well. Daniel speaks Mandarin Chinese well. Unfortunately, it's false because he's telling a lie. Daniel thinks that closing deals is very easy. Daniel thinks that closing deals is very easy. Yes, he does. So it's true. Daniel's interview performance is good overall. Daniel's interview performance is good overall. No, that's false. In actual fact, it's awful. It's terrible. So we're going to scroll down the page. And the next part of the work we're going to do now is we're going to look at the tips, which are the astuces, okay, the conseils. Put the tips in the correct groups. Now, we would have do this or don't do this, okay? So in an interview, we would have ask questions. Which one do you think ask questions? Which category? Ask questions do or don't? So in actual fact, ask questions goes into do, because yes, do ask questions. In an interview, do ask questions. Develop your answers with details and explanations. Yes, yes, definitely. You would develop your answers, okay, with details and explanations. Highlight your strengths. Is this good? Would you use highlight your strengths, do or don't? Yes, of course you would. Highlight your strengths. Mention plans to quit this company. Mention plans to quit this company. No, that would be a no-no. You wouldn't use that. Don't, okay? So don't mention plans to quit this company. Criticize your current job or colleagues strongly. Criticize your current job or colleagues strongly. Would you do this or would you not do this? You wouldn't. Don't, okay? Criticize your current job or your colleagues strongly. It's not good. Show negative qualities, e.g. carelessness or arrogance. Would you show this in your interview? No, you wouldn't, so it goes into don't. Okay, so the next one. Say things that are untrue. Would you say things that are untrue in your interview? Do or don't? So don't. Don't say things that are untrue in your interview. And the next ones we're looking for is give short answers that lack detail. Would that be a good thing? Would it be good to give short answers that lack detail? Would it you do or don't? So, no, don't. You give detailed answers, okay? Give a good answer, but not too long. A good answer that has detail, good content, good detail. Give short answers that lack details. We've done that one. Yeah, we've done that one. Okay, show your interest in the company and the job. So you're the candidate, you're having the interview. Would you show interest in the company? Yes, you would. Okay, so that one's a positive. Show your interest in the company and job. So understand and know the background of the company you're going to work for. Give examples of things you've done in your career. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Would it be in don't or do? Well, that one would go into give examples of things you've done in your career. So we have the do and the don't, as we say in English, the do's and the don'ts. Okay. Right. So, Raphaël, that's the end of this example. And I hope you've enjoyed looking at this. As I've explained at the beginning, this lesson is set at B2. And during the lesson, there are translations to explain and help you with the words. The words here will come with translations. And this is only part of this lesson. There are some more, but I only have about half an hour, 30 minutes for us to do this one. So this is just part of the lesson. It will be adapted to different levels. We have levels that are for C1, and also we start with the beginner levels of A2. So, okay, Raphaël, so everything
yes.
Okay?
Thank you, Stephen. Daniel is a very good example for. I like the role play you invented here.
Yeah, yeah. This is one. Yeah, this gives you an idea of the way that you shouldn't conduct an interview. It also helps you to look for, in English, using those English words, to look for the candidate that's not really for you. There is also a lesson that will show you as well the best things that you're going to get and hear from somebody. So the best candidate and the bad candidate.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat. Again, there is the next English training is scheduled on the 9th of December at 10. So I sent you by chat the link if you want to subscribe. Any questions? We have 3 minutes left. Yeah, Raymond, it's at 11. Sorry, so I made a mistake. The next lesson, yes, it's at 11. Sorry, Raymond. Yeah, it's the 9th of December at 11. Yeah, right. Please feel free to ask to put forward the link I sent you to your colleagues or other HR that would be interested. This is an express training to promote our offer, and Stephen and other teachers can give you lessons if you want to improve your English in your hiring process or other processes. Yeah, and if you have a not the B2 or C1 level, if you are beginner, Stephen speaks French. He's fluent in French, right, Stephen?
Yes, definitely. That's not a lie. C'est pas faux, hein? C'est vrai.
C'est vrai.
Comme c'est nécessaire.
So we can handle beginners as well. You can use, as you know, the CPF, le compte personnel de formation in France, to get a training, or you can ask your training manager if you can follow an English training. Okay, Stephen, I think we don't have any questions.
Okay, that's fine.
I sent you again the questionnaire, the forms. If you could answer the link, I'm going to give you the link in the chat box. It will be very interesting to see what you think about these trainings, and give us ideas if you feel like you need other trainings and other subjects. I mean, we would be very interesting to know. Okay, well, bye-bye, everyone, and have a nice day. Thank you, Stephen.
Merci, bonne journée. Au revoir.
Bye. Au revoir.